What is up YouTube, Riley White here, back with another MLB The Show 19 video for you guys. And in today's video, actually it was about a week ago now, they brought out the second inning program. And as you guys can see in the top left hand corner, I have 313 earned program stars. I have been on the grind, like really hard. I have every moment done besides this Miguel Cabrera one. I just did not really feel like trying that more than the times that I already did. I tried it a couple times and just didn't really feel like going back in it, but I have everything else done, and I have like the conquest and the 10 wins and whatnot. I've been doing my daily missions and whatnot as well. Ended up getting this pack. I chose Alex Colomé just for a bullpen arm, just because none of these other cards really pleased me. Got to this as well, the Diamond Choice Pack. By the time when I got this, I actually chose Francisco Liriano because he sold for 11.5K or a little over 11K. Could have used Ken Giles to help the bullpen, but I decided to go with Liriano just because he sold for the most. Didn't really need any of them all in all, really, so I just kind of took Liriano and sold him for stubs. But the biggest thing is once I got to 300 earned program stars, I got to choose between these three cards in the second inning program. All you guys probably have been grinding for this particular pack. Depending on your guys' team, it would definitely differ on who you guys will take. I know one of my buddies is going to take Miggy. I haven't really heard anyone take Vlad yet, but me and my other friend and my brother, we're all going to take Madison Bumgarner. I actually just recently took him, and I've already pitched 2 games with him, so I decided that I'm going to make a video about this because recently people have been talking, who was the best starting pitcher in the game, and since I have arguably the 2 best, I thought I'd go over statistics and whatnot, who I personally think is the best. I'm 3.2 levels away from getting Nolan Ryan. I will be choosing him, so having 3 signature series pitchers in my starting roto will be pretty deadly. Haven't really heard that Nolan Ryan is the best pitcher of the year. I've definitely heard that both of these guys over here, Madison Bumgarner and Clayton Kershaw, signature series, are the 2 best pitchers in the entire game. So I'm going to go over some little things here. I'm going to tell you guys what I personally think, who I personally think is the better card. So for my statistics with Clayton Kershaw, I have so far pitched 141 innings. I have a 17-5 record, just above a 2 ERA, a .8 WHIP, 5 shutouts for him, so that's actually pretty good. 139 strikeouts to 16 walks. He's let up 9 home runs, 32 total earned runs. But all in all, I really enjoy pitching with Clayton Kershaw. Batters only hit 195 off him, which is really good. He actually is a really good batter for me. As you guys can see, he bats 500 with runners in scoring position. He has, where's his batting stats here? He has, 15 total bases. He bats 302 with a 302 on base, 349 slugging. That's in, I don't even know how many at-bats. I'm probably just looking, 43 at-bats, I think. Yeah, 13 hits, 2 RBIs. Like, he's actually pretty good. He's pretty good batting as well. All in all, Clayton Kershaw is an amazing card. You see his stats here. He has 114 stamina, 107 hits per 9, 113 Ks per 9, 92 walks per 9, 94 home runs per 9, 111 clutch, 88 control, 90 velocity, and 99 break. The pitch repertoire up there is amazing. Every single one of his pitches are really good, really effective. You can pump in that 4-seamer that can clock in at 95, 96 miles per hour. Very effective if you pump it up and in, or like on the inside part of the plate. The slider, the backdoor slider, is really effective against right-handed pitchers. I find his slider is very underrated. A lot of people don't really like it. They say it's his worst pitch. He can actually throw a 90-mile-per-hour slider. Is actually pretty good, pretty fast. And like I said, a backdoor slider versus right-handed pitchers is really effective. His 12-6 curveball is probably the nastiest pitch in the entire game. It rises so high, and by the time it drops, people are always swinging. It could hit the ground and people think it's in the zone. That pitch is super, super effective. 71 miles per hour. People don't know. It's hard for people to lay off that pitch. I struggle against Clayton Kershaw, and a lot of people do. His changeup is also another very effective pitch. It drops quite a bit. It has quite a bit more break than you may think a regular changeup does. I really like using his changeup. His sinker is probably my favorite pitch, just to start off an at-bat with. Some people like to throw in the four-seamer to start off an at-bat, or a changeup or whatnot. The sinker is one of my favorite pitches in the entire game. I find a lot of people, if you throw it like kind of on the inside part of the plate, down a little bit, a lot of people think it's going to be a fastball to start the at-bat, and then they ground out or whatnot. So Clayton Kershaw, an amazing card. Like I said, every single thing about him, there's not a single flaw. I find a lot of people already, like, if it's a Clayton Kershaw versus Clayton Kershaw matchup, you friendly quit. Like, it's very difficult to score runs off Clayton Kershaw. Like I said, I have some pretty decent statistics with him. I mean, nothing like amazing really, but I pitch really well with Clayton Kershaw. I have a lot of confidence on the mound with him. As long as I'm going against a different pitcher other than Kershaw, if I have Kershaw on the mound, all I need to do is scrape in a couple runs and I should be fine. Kershaw always comes up clutch for me. I really enjoy Kershaw. He's one of my favorite pitchers in the entire game, actually, because there's some players out there that I just don't like. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I look for cards for my team, if I have a choice, especially this year with choice packs and whatnot, I'm usually going to choose the player that I like the most, even if their card, I guess it kind of differs, you know, because I like Miggy and I like Vlad because, I mean, I'm a Blue Jays fan. Vladimir Guerrero's son, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., will be called up actually later on today is his debut, so that's actually really cool. But I decided to go with Madison Bumgarner. I do like Mad Bum. He's one of my favorite pitchers as well. Clayton Kershaw, all time, he's probably one of my favorite pitchers as well. Just being able to watch him throughout his prime is really, really good. I think this is really, really cool because Kershaw has been one of the best pitchers of all time. This card, man, is really, really good. I find it so, so effective. So now we're going to talk about Madison Bumgarner, just kind of my take on Mad Bum. 98 overall signature series, the latest signature series to be added into the game alongside Bill Mazeroski that was part of the Headliners packs. An amazing card. I really, really enjoy this card. I've only pitched 2 games with him so far, 16 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts to 3 walks. I forget, there was a couple times that he walked players, and I don't even know how. I really don't. He's got a 2-0 record with a 1.65 ERA and a .9 whip. He let up 1 home run to Josh Donaldson in 1 game and 3 earned runs across 2 games. But across 2 games, he's pitched 16.1 innings, so that's quite a few innings for just 2 games. He's thrown quite a few pitches both games. He had well over 100 pitches. Well, not well over, but like he had like 106, and then I think the second game he had like 111, and I took him out both times in the 9th inning. But Madison Bumgarner, this card is very, very good. I really like pitching with him so far. He has the 4-seamer in his pitch repertoire up in the right-hand corner. He has a 4-seamer that clocks in at 94, a cutter at 91 miles per hour, his curveball at 75, changeup at 82, and a slider that clocks in at 80 miles per hour. This card is very effective. It has a lot of pitches that are really, really good. A lot of people say that the cutter is very, very effective, and I'm not gonna lie, from across the 2 first games that I pitched with him, the cutter isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. That's just me. It's only 2 games. It's only a small sample size, 16 innings pitched, like I said, like it shows there. It's a very small sample size, so I cannot really say that much yet. But his cutter just doesn't seem to suit my fancy as much as a lot of people said. A lot of people were saying, oh, the cutter's the best pitch in the entire game. Madison Bumgarner strikes out a lot of people with the cutter. Yeah, his cutter seems pretty good. It's definitely a good pitch. It's not like a slump pitch or anything. But I'm not going to lie, his cutter just isn't as good as I expected. That's just me. Right now, my opinion could change after a couple starts. Maybe I'll be able to get used to him a little more. His best pitch that I think is his curveball. his curveball is very, very good. 75-mile-per-hour curveball, not a 12.6 like Kershaw's, but he has a very good effective curveball as well. Madison Bumgarner, another good thing. I gotta check something right quick. Yeah, Kershaw and Bumgarner are both 6'4", and if you guys didn't know, I find it really, really helps when the pitchers are taller, because the curveball can drop a little more, and it makes it a little more effective. Bumgarner and Kershaw both at 6'4", that's very effective on a curveball that goes really, really slow. Madison Bumgarner's curveball, I really think, is really good. His slider, same type of thing with Kershaw's. The backdoor slider is really good as well. His changeup is actually a pretty good pitch, I think. The weakest point to him is his velocity. His velocity isn't amazing. He does throw 94. If you throw a couple off-speed pitches here and there and then pump in a four-seam, you might be able to catch some people off guard. But because he can only throw like 93 to 95 miles per hour, it's not superior to me. That's just me. Like I said, I haven't got the chance to pitch with him a whole lot. I have a couple of like nitpicky things that I'm gonna pick around at him. But Madison Bumgarner, an amazing card. You guys can see his stats here. He's got 113 stamina, 93 hits per 9, 103 Ks per 9, 96 walks, 84 home runs, 107 clutch, 89 control, 73 velocity, and 99 break. The break is a very important thing. I find velocity and break is very important this year, especially velocity. Velocity is a big thing this year, I find. If you're not setting up on a fastball up high or anything, you can definitely get a lot of people off guard. You can catch a lot of people swinging at high pitches this year. So velocity definitely means a lot because of the pitch speeds and whatnot. Madison Bumgarner, an amazing card this year. There's one thing that I actually am going to say between him and Kershaw. I have yet to face Madison Bumgarner, so I'm not really sure the PCI size. I'm not sure if it's the same with you guys, but whenever Kershaw's on the mound against me, the PCI is pretty small. The PCI is pretty small in Hall of Fame difficulty, so you know that it's pretty hard to get base hits. So that makes me feel more confident. When I'm pitching with Kershaw, I know that the batters feel the same way as me, that the PCI is pretty small, so it's hard for them to get base hits, especially off his changeup, off his sinker and whatnot. I'm not quite sure what the PCI size is against Madison Bumgarner, so that makes me a little less confident pitching with him compared to Kershaw. Just due to that fact that maybe the PCI is a little bit bigger than Kershaw's, and it probably is because his stats aren't as high as Kershaw's. But like I said, I find Bumgarner, I'm not as confident throwing some certain pitches, but with Clayton Kershaw, if I miss my spot or something, and maybe sometimes hang like a sinker or a changeup a little bit over the plate, I feel a little more confident compared to, say, Bumgarner. If I hung a changeup over the plate with him, where I don't know the PCI size against the opponent, for the opponent that is, I feel like if I throw a changeup over the plate, I'm like, oh fuck, you never know, that could be gone right now. But with Kershaw, I don't feel that way. Most of the time, they're usually be able to ground out, strike out. You know, they're just caught off guard with the PCI being so small against Kershaw. All in all, you guys can probably tell my decision on who I think is the better pitcher so far. I might make another video on this coming down the line, depending on what cards are added into the game, who might be the best pitcher in the entire game. But right now, I have to give the edge to Clayton Kershaw, just due to experience and whatnot. I have pitched with him quite a bit. Madison Bumgarner has done great for me in his first 2 games, so I cannot complain or anything, and I'm not complaining in one bit. I'm very happy that I picked this card so far, and I find the biggest thing for me right now is the PCI size. Like I said, I don't know what it looks like going against him, so I feel a little less confident throwing certain pitches. So yeah, it could definitely differ. My decision could definitely differ in, say, like a week. If, say, some more people get Bumgarner and I face him a couple times, I might be able to tell a difference. but Clayton Kershaw is going to have to get the edge for me so far. I might make another video in, say, like a week once I have Nolan Ryan. I might be able to use him a couple games. I'll probably make a video about him. Madison Bumgarner, part of my team now. Nolan Ryan will be very soon, so I'm going to have a very deadly rotation, as right now it is sitting at Clayton Kershaw, Madison Bumgarner, Oral Hershiser, Hal Newhouser, and Don Sutton. Don Sutton's only in there because I just completed the Dodgers affinity just from all the Dodgers I have on my team. I have Hershiser, Kershaw, Kenley Jansen, I have Duke Snyder, Justin Turner, like a lot of Dodger players. Bellinger on the bench, I had him starting for a little while as well. So a lot of Dodger innings are going through. So that's how I was able to get Don Sutton. I haven't yet to try him out. But I am not using Johnny Cueto. I don't know what it was with Cueto, man. Cueto let up so many runs. I don't even want to show you guys my stats with him because it's pretty embarrassing. But anyways, guys, that's going to conclude this video. I just kind of wanted to go over who I personally thought was the best starting pitcher in the entire game. The edge goes to Kershaw right now. All in all, I mean, just an amazing card. Him and Bumgarner both. They're definitely amazing cards, both of them. Couple weeks down the line, I might give the edge to Bumgarner. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Get set, go, take off.